So I think we can start. So hello, everyone. My name is Mario Damiani, and with the admissions team of the International University of Monaco, welcome to this online event about our MBA program. This is a quite unique event, actually, since it's not a pure presentation of the program, but more of a conversation between the program director and a current part-time MBA student, sharing experiences and insights with us. During the event, you can use the chat and the Q&A section to ask any questions. We will be answering to all of them. So don't be shy and write them down during the event. So now let me introduce you at first my colleague of the admissions team, Audrey Val. Hello, Audrey.
Hello, good evening. Welcome, everyone.
And now I'm pleased to welcome Professor Marika Taishoff, the program director of the MBA program.
Hello, everyone. Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
So I guess it's already the time to dive into the event, Marika, and I would leave the floor to you so that you can present our guests and start the session.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mario. Thank you very much, Audrey, and thank you very much, Luxmaan, who is our current MBA student. He's in his second year of the part-time MBA. Our MBA program can be followed either in a full-time duration or a part-time duration. And Luxmaan has decided, for various reasons, which he will explain to you, to follow it part-time. So he's actually in the process of almost finishing up because he started last year. Luxmaan, can you describe yourself a little bit? Can you introduce yourself in terms of who you are, what you do, so that people have a feel for you?
So yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you, Marika, for your introduction. So my name is Luxmaan. I'm 29 years old. I was born and live in Monaco, and I work today in the biggest company of luxury hospitality in Monaco as an IT engineer. So I have a technical engineering background, and I am doing for the second year MBA in executive, so in part-time, to grow up in my career and have a more management background with my technical skills.
Excellent. Okay, let's start from the beginning. When did you first hear about IUM? And how did you hear about it?
I heard because of my colleagues in SBM, 12 of them did an MBA in IUM, so 25 years ago. It was maybe a different program, but they did an MBA in IUM, and also I know IUM because of their reputation for master and bachelor. And then I know that they are doing an MBA in luxury management finance, so that's why I wanted to apply for the IUM, and then I did the process.
Well, it certainly seems like a fit because you work for the leading, shall we say, luxury services provider in Monaco, which says a lot because Monaco itself is well known as a center for luxury expertise and competence. So certainly SBM Monte Carlo is a fabulous place to work. And I know you're interested in pursuing luxury in particular. So moving away a little bit from IT as a discipline and more broader strategic element of luxury.
Exactly, and that was not my case when I started the MBA. So it was when I finished maybe the first year, and I realized that I want to be more curious of what SBM is doing. So that's why I want to go more on the luxury hospitality. So all the technical background that I have, and like shift my career for a new job, new challenge, and that's why I think also MBA is there.
Okay, so that was the real reason you decided to do an MBA, to basically move up in your career, to have a broader perspective, to build on your expertise in IT engineering, and really to become more of a general manager at a senior level, right?
Exactly, and also SBM proposed me, the top manager proposed me to do the MBA, so it was also a good chance for me to take it. I take the opportunity, and now today, I want to shift my career to be more management. So that's why in MBA we are doing like a lot of management classes, finance, and with you, because you're also teaching, we are doing all these luxury services, and that give me interest to work because SBM is big, and I think all the company for students coming is big, so you have a lot of opportunity to grow inside this company. So for me, I think today taking the MBA and the chance to grow, especially where SBM want to go for international, it's also a good opportunity for me.
Okay, so the choice of IUM for your MBA made sense for you because you're based here in Monaco, you work for a leading Monaco company, and
that's of course. Of course, because it's in Monaco, so for me it's easier to come. But also the big advantage of IUM, and maybe when I checked all the program, it was this part-time, not residential. Like you can follow online the classes. Every class is recorded, so like you can, and it's what we have in our cohort.
Right.
Half is online, more than half, and we still have communication with them. So it's like this hybrid program who really pushed me to go to IUM, because sometimes you are working and you don't have time to assist on the class. So like going for a recording on the evening, on the weekend, when you have time, it's I think it's very relaxing for you when you are working at the same time.
Absolutely. And we designed the program to have this blended aspect to it, because we noticed that the profile of candidates and participants in the MBA has been changing in the past couple of years. We have entrepreneurs, we have corporate executives like you, and you can't always predict when you can attend a class, and when basically you can only attend asynchronously. So watch the videos online in your free time. So this is something,
Exactly.
which is, I think, fairly unique to the MBA program. And also we have residential part-time. You're a residential part-time student. We also have part-time students who are based in New York or based in Bahrain, etc., who will attend online synchronously if they have the time, or they can attend asynchronously by basically watching the videos, doing the assignments, etc. So that's part of the offer for individuals like you, in fact. Yeah.
Exactly. And when you do a teamwork, you also study and work with these people, as you say, in New York, in Bahrain. And it's very challenging because you have to organize your time on all the people. And like at the end, there's one deadline, a unique deadline, and you figure out to give the paper for the time.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's also part of the learning experience, the whole learning journey in the MBA. It's not just learning new concepts and new topics and new toolkits, but also learning how to manage time, learning how to interact with fellow, shall we say, MBA students who are based in different parts of the world and in totally different industries as well.
Exactly.
That's part of, yeah.
There is like maybe 2 or 3 engineering class this year, and other people are coming from other background. So we've been last summer to Romania to visit factory of people or like company of people, because you have corporate people like me, where I want to grow in corporate and I'm sure about this, and people who is coming, but they are like they don't know if they want to corporate or entrepreneur, or you have people who want to launch a business, who already have a business and want to improve the skills and management process. So they're doing the MBA. So everything mixed. It's make our diverse cohort, and also like a teacher, I think you see it when you ask question. We don't have the same point of view, but I think that's the most important thing, because I was doing an engineering class, so you all are focused on the same answer because it's math or physics. Here in MBA, it's a very open mind solution, and every paper, I'm sure, as a teacher, is not the same. So yeah.
Absolutely.
That's what I really like in the MBA.
Yes, absolutely. It really depends on critical thinking, how one assesses a situation, looking at different options in terms of how to solve a problem. Very different from engineering, which basically there's one right answer, otherwise the bridge will collapse, right?
Exactly.
But in management, there are different ways of looking at a situation, solving a problem, harnessing resources, etc. So
this was
go ahead, please. No.
This was maybe my challenge when I started the MBA. I was not used on this kind of, because I did 5 years of engineering. So you're not used to work like this, but then you understand that this is how corporate is working, because not everyone has the same idea for the business. So yeah, it's a very interesting.
Yeah,
and also you learn a lot.
That's right. You're constantly in the process of understanding, negotiating, sometimes capitulating, embracing new ideas, etc., which is a big learning experience in and of itself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
How difficult was it for you? Because you had been working, you have an engineering background, you had been working at Monte Carlo Société de Bain de Mer, to actually be a student again. Did that require any kind of transition for you? I mean, was it difficult or was it easy?
The first week, month, yes, it was difficult. But then you learn how to organize yourself to go to work, or maybe to go early, to finish late, and do the class. Because as you know, I am also coming to all the class on the campus.
Right.
It's challenging, but it's what I like. It's what is challenging me. Otherwise, I will not be an MBA student. But when you also start an MBA, you have to be prepare for that. Like if you are doing an executive as me, that you will have a full-time job, but also a full-time MBA, and then you have to manage to study and organize yourself.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And it's a different kind of perspective you have to take. I think that's the main challenge, for someone like yourself, who is doing the part-time, whereby you still have to focus on your job. And obviously you have to negotiate with your superiors, your bosses, etc., to take the time to come to university.
Exactly.
Again, it's all part of the learning process.
Exactly. It was easier for me because SBM proposed me to do the MBA, so they accepted that I will maybe go to school and not be 100% on for the job, but still the job is done because now after the COVID you have this remote things. Also, the class can be sometimes I cannot join the class, so I'm watching online. So yeah, it depends on the day, on the how many work I have to do also at school.
Right. And what's it like working in mixed groups? Because you work in groups and we deliberately mix the groups. So you're working also with full-time MBA students as well as part-time MBA students. How does that actually unfold? Is it difficult? Is it fairly smooth?
So to be honest, it's like when you do on part-time, you have the chance to meet two cohorts. So you meet like the double of people that you can meet in full time. So we did it like cohort last year. We still are friends, and this year we are having a new friend. So for me, it's wonderful because you're doing more networking than full-time student. There is no challenge because MBA working with people, it's manage people, so you have to be able to work with people, and you also try to do like group where the background is diverse, so that's also a good point for you, for me, for the classmates to understand and like to learn every day with people.
Right. Yeah, indeed, you made a good point there, because we form groups that are as diverse as possible. I mean, our MBA program is extremely diverse from a cultural perspective, from a professional perspective, from a professional aspirational perspective. And we have lawyers, we have doctors, we have PhDs in physics, we have architects, we have engineers, we have entrepreneurs, we have people taking over the family business. And this diversity is a big learning experience in and of itself as well. So I can't hear you. I don't know. Is it me or is it?
No, we cannot. Yeah, now we're back. Thank you.
Yeah.
Now you're back.
Marika, can you hear me?
Now I can hear you. Yes.
Sorry, I was saying that that's the big point of IUM, to have like a cohort where people are divided, like like international people, and not only from, because at the end I'm the only one from Monaco, was born in Monaco.
That's right.
The two cohorts, so also it's also an advantage for them because they come, so I can make visits of a place that I like, go to restaurants I used to go with friends, and also make new friendship like this. But yeah, I think it's one of the good points that I really, really appreciate in IUM, to have people from around the world.
Did you think it would be like that? When you just joined the program, did you think you would have this kind of experience?
So to be honest, in my engineering class, it was the same. It was an international school, but I didn't think that in Monaco I will have the opportunity to have back this experience. And when you are in an international school, you want to stay with international people because they are bringing idea from around the world. Like maybe I have a friend who is from Pakistan. They don't have the same way of thinking in a corporate as we are in Monaco. So like it's very diverse.
Right, right. What do you think? I mean, you still haven't finished the MBA, but you're slowly finishing up the curriculum. What are the major learnings that you've had from the program, either professional or personal, or what learnings? What will you remember the most from the program? Can't hear you again. I
It's
think
copy.
we've lost the sound.
No, I'm here.
Okay, now you're back.
Sorry, sir. I was
Yeah.
saying that I learned how to be the adaptability of my work, that the business is changing, and that you have to quickly adapt yourself to new situation. And
Mhm.
also with IUM, and that's also a big advantage of the school. You are very connected to the Principality of Monaco, so you have the chance to do a lot of events with the school or MBA core to do networking, and it's
Mhm.
exactly, I think, the most important things to have in the MBA. And also now on my job, because I'm still doing the same job as 2 years before, I have
We're losing you again. I am.
I don't know why it's changing.
Yeah, now I think if you approach the
Yeah.
screen, it's better. Yeah, I don't know why.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was saying that in my MBA also I have a global picture of the business than before where I was technical. So now I really appreciate like my job in a different angle than before, and it's also give me a lot of self-confidence.
Okay.
That I learn a lot with the MBA and with other people.
Right. Yeah. I've noticed that actually, in the many years that I've been running the MBA program, I noticed that one of the biggest learnings is confidence in oneself.
Yes,
If someone can succeed in the MBA with the challenges, because you're learning new materials, you're learning about things you never probably knew even existed before. You're interacting with people that you probably never would have met before. They come from the, four corners of the globe, different backgrounds, etc. So, and at the end of it, and I think, everyone will admit that there are always challenges along the way. There are interpersonal challenges, there are conceptual challenges, there are philosophical challenges, etc. But at the end, there's this understanding that I actually succeeded in this, so I'm not afraid of anything anymore because I can do it. And that's, that's what I've noticed as shall we say, a leitmotif throughout the MBAs. The beginning might be difficult, but at the end, there's that realization, wow, I did it, and I can do anything.
And also, you like open your mind with other people. So
Absolutely, absolutely.
that's very important. Yeah.
Well, what advice would you give someone, someone like you, a young professional with several years of experience, who's sort of thinking about maybe I should do an MBA, maybe I shouldn't. Any kind of advice you would give that individual in terms of what to consider,
When I was when the SBM asked me to do the MBA, I was not sure 100% what's gonna be the value that I can gain with the MBA. So now I'm sure about what I want. For people who are hesitating, the MBA gives you really a global picture of your business, like the corporate or also entrepreneur side. So like it give you how to do finance, how to do management, and also like you can also choose elective to go deep on luxury if you want. So for people who doesn't know what if they want to do MBA or not, I advise them to see the brochure of IUM, and also like they can also contact me. But if you really want to have a career shift or maybe grow in the business where you are doing an MBA, I think it's very, very important today because, in a corporate level, you need a MBA now. It's like in France, they do more and more to help people, and especially in a career where you have a technical background. For me, the MBA is the most important thing in your career to have to switch your career for a manager perspective, or like maybe go for a CTO, CEO position.
Right. And I mean, in your case, it was really specific and quite, I'd say wonderful because it was your own company that really saw the potential in you as an IT engineer, but more importantly, saw the potential in you as to become a leader, overall and not within a discipline. And
Exactly.
so it was.
And this when they proposed me, I didn't see it. Like I was just accepting to do the MBA, but now I really feel that it was a chance to take. And now, as I tell you, I want to shift my career, and I would never think about 1 year before, 2 years before that I would do something else than IT. So it was a good opportunity for me that SBM proposed me, but also it's something that I take and really enjoy myself today at IUM.
Right. And I can tell you, I can see that, because I remember when you just joined the program, you were a little bit hesitant in terms of the whole
Exactly.
environment and why am I doing this? And I mean, I've seen the change in you, because you've really adapted and you've quickly understood the various subject matter, things you might not never have considered: organizational behavior, leadership, marketing,
Exactly.
innovation management, and how they're all relevant, to leading in
Exactly.
today's and tomorrow's world.
Exactly. And like now I'm sure that I want to do management. So yeah, the MBA also helped me.
And you're confident you can do it, I think, as well, because you have the tools now. Yeah. We're losing you again. Hello?
Yes, yeah. I
Yeah,
can hear.
Okay, great.
I was that I'm more confident, on what I want to do. So
Great. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Luxmaan. We'll be seeing each other in the corridors of IUM over the next couple of
yes,
weeks. And I think maybe we can give the floor back to Audrey and Mario and see if there are any questions from the audience.
Absolutely. Guys, this is the time for you to make your questions. So let's start with one actually dedicated to us from the admission team. So I would put this question to Audrey. So hello, I would like to inquire what the application timeline is. Also, do I need to submit test scores from a GMAT? Thank you.
Okay, so basically, the application timeline varies because we work on rolling applications, meaning that you don't need to wait until a certain deadline to send your application and to get your answer. So applications are open, they open 1 year in advance, so you can already apply, of course, and we'll give you an answer within approximately 1 week to 10 days after you send the application. In terms of until when we accept applications, I would say that until the end of May, it's quite okay to apply for you guys. But then after, we have less and less seats available in the program because it's a small program, basically not more than 20 to 25 people can enter the MBA program. So yes, for those of you who are interested, send us your application before the end of May so that we are sure that we still have availability at that time. Now, regarding the GMAT question, we do not require GMAT. This is not a requirement to be accepted into the program. Because we look at other documents. We have letter of motivation, we require letter of recommendation. The CV, of course, is very important. The proof of English is also very important because all the courses are in English, of course. And what is very important also is the interview with the program director, with Marika. So Marika, maybe you can give us some insight about what the interview is about when a student applies.
Sure, absolutely. First of all, going back to the GMAT question, we used to require the GMAT, and then we recognized that there's no strict correlation between the GMAT result and the success in the MBA program, because somebody can be a brilliant, quantitatively speaking, but really bad when it comes to interpersonal, when it comes to negotiation skills, with leadership skills, etc. So we didn't see that direct correlation necessarily between a very good GMAT score and great success in the MBA program. And also because we're a small program, and a deliberately small program, as we've said, 20, 25, maximum 30 students, we can have in-depth interviews. We can read all the various files. If we were a mass MBA program, with 200, 300, 500 applications, then of course you need something to basically, do the triage, and that would be the GMAT, because we couldn't possibly interview, 500 candidates. So that's one of the reasons. And during the interview, basically, I want to get to know you as a person. I take it as a given that you have professional experience, because we require a minimum of 3 years of professional experience. The average this year was about 9 or 10 years of professional experience, to see how open you are to new ideas, to new kinds of cultures, new concepts. So curiosity is important. A multicultural attitude is important. Elements of critical thinking are important, So it's really trying to get a picture of the rounded person, because the papers can tell us everything we need to know in terms of the actual standards. Do you meet our standards? Do you have an undergraduate degree? Do you have professional experience? Regardless of the field, you could be a dentist, you could be an architect, you could even be a professional athlete. What we want to see is curiosity, time management, ambition, as well as a certain degree, I won't say of, not the opposite of arrogance, a bit of humility as well, willingness to learn and willingness to accept that other people might also have very good ideas as well.
Thank you, Marika. Very clear. We have one last question. So what are the main differences between attendance in person and at distance for a part-time program?
Well, I can answer, and then maybe Luxmaan might add. So as we mentioned, the program is a blended program. So Luxmaan is very lucky because he lives and he works here in Monaco. He works full time, so he can only attend part-time, and whenever he can, he attends on site. If he cannot attend on site, he will attend online, assuming he has the time to attend online. So again, each of the class sessions is live streamed. It's given via Microsoft Teams synchronously. So we have a student in New York, we have a student in Bahrain. They can watch wherever they are and they can interact. They can ask questions. Professors will ask them questions. They can be involved in group exercises if those exercises take place during class time. And if the MBA participant is unable to attend because he or she is working, each class session is, as I mentioned, not only videoed live, but also recorded and uploaded on the platform. So the student can then watch the video at a time that's convenient. And also for those students who tend to be asynchronous overall. So, I mean, we do have some students whose jobs basically don't allow them to participate in real time. So they basically are asynchronous. So they will watch the videos on their time in the evening, over the weekends, etc. And they will also be given additional assignments to make certain that they're keeping up with the class overall. So they'll have additional cases to read and discussion forum chats and conversations to be involved in, just to ensure that they're not totally asynchronous, that they're also interacting with each other, with the professor, and with the material.
Yeah, which makes that more interesting for them as well. I don't know if Luxmaan wanted to say anything.
No, she said everything, and also as a student, we are like one cohort, like it's like a family, so we help each other. If someone cannot attend, we will find to recap everything, or like with the recording. So like there is no difference as a student when we are online or when we are on site, because at the end you have interaction, and if you cannot attend, you will have a discussion to do on the platform that we have for the school, and yeah, that's all.
Good. Thank you both. So we have one last practical question. So when is the start date? So for the fall 2024 intake, the date is set for the 30th of September. So still some time for the beginning, but for this new adventure to everyone. So there are no more questions. I don't know if you wanted to add something, Marika or Luxmaan?
One thing we could add is that even if you are, shall we say, an asynchronous part-time online student, so let's say you're someone who's based in New York with a full-time job, and we have students like that. So it's a 2-year program if you're part-time, as opposed to a 1-year, 10-month program for full-time. But across those 2 years, there are 4 weeks, which we call masterclass weeks, when your attendance is required. And basically, if you're full-time, of course, you're going to be here anyway. If you are part-time, you have to select, within 1 year, you can choose 2 of those weeks. The following year, you take the other 2 weeks. And this way, we also ensure that there's a lot of interaction. So even the students, who are based in Bahrain, who are based in New York, who are based in London, in Frankfurt, they will come and they not only will take, courses together with the full-time students or the residential students, but there are also special events, special guest speakers, special workshops and topics. And of course, they get a taste of Monaco and the area as well. So this way, you know, even those who are not here on a regular basis, in order to graduate, they do have to spend 4 weeks in Monaco, and typically, you know, obviously they're warned well in advance when those weeks are, so they can schedule the weeks accordingly.
Usually, students are sad to go back after the master because
Exactly.
we try to enjoy all together, to be all together, and yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, that's true. And some of them have actually decided to shift into residential mode, etc. For those who could, you know, depends on their professional situation, their personal situation with families, etc. But yeah, you know, these weeks are, I think, high points of the year because students are all here together, interacting, you know, in real time and interacting physically as well. So it's a wonderful experience.
All right, thank you so much. I think that time is over. So thank you, Marika, for hosting this conversation, and thank you, Luxmaan, for being part of this. Thank you
Yes.
so much, Audrey, as well. And especially, I would like to thank all of you guys who attended this online event. Do not hesitate to get in touch with us. For any additional information you might require, you can also easily set video calls with us in case you want to share more in detail your questions. So you find in the chat our direct email addresses of me and Audrey, so you can write them down and drop us in email. Anyway, we will be following up with you for sure in the next day. So thank you again, and goodbye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank
you.
you, Luxmaan, very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.